folks. Good evening. Hi, it's Norma Cowie here with mental mind treatments with psychic impressions. It's so funny how I typed everything up and forgot to push the arrow. So those of you that come in know hopefully what is happening. It's getting really close to Christmas now. I had to go out for a little while this afternoon, and of course, wasn't surprised. Mega cars, mega people. So I wasn't out very long, believe me, but I will probably need to go back out again tomorrow for a little bit, but I think I've got everything I need. Well, here we are just before Christmas, and I was sitting here getting ready, and the guide box winked at me again. And so I went, oh, okay, so let's see what you say today. This is almost really excellent for New Year's Eve, but it's getting close to Christmas Eve, so here we go. The first side says there is no way to peace. Peace is the way, and that's the one for that. On the other side, it says, which I really like, that one I like too, but divine abundance is in infinite supply. So divine abundance is in infinite supply. Sometimes we forget that. We forget that to invite the abundance that you need, want, or require, or the things that you want. And of course, that's a lot down to just goal setting, decision making, being aware that there's an energy that brings things to you, and to be open to that. So that's going to be probably something I'll be talking about more in the next couple of weeks anyway. I'll be doing that because we forget sometimes. We can hear something 100 times, and it's that 101 time that we remember. We remember what it says and what it means and what it does. I know I have a lot to be thankful for, and it's really, really important sometimes just to remember to say the thank yous to the Great Spirit, the energy that's out there, because it all comes in. Okay, I have two people that have already contacted me, and I see both of them have got messages on here. Kayla says, hi, everyone. Blessings and love for a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and season's greetings. She phoned me earlier this afternoon asking that I do a treatment for continued healing on all levels for her. I chose three numbers, 20, 3, and 17. And so I'm going to just say, for 20 is basically the allowing, the accepting of the energies that come in. So it's about acceptance of the energies, knowing the energies are there to do the healing, to take care of the things that maybe that you don't particularly want. And the 3 is always of the love vibration. And the 17 is balance, keeping balance in your world, no matter what's going on or what's happening, to keep the balance. How much do you put out? How much you drop? When we're healing ourselves, we can't just give everything away, because we've got to be working on healing the body. Don't I know that, right? After 2 years of this. And all of a sudden feeling like myself again, but I still have to watch the energy, because if I overdo it, I am tired. And that happened this week. I had 2 very, very busy days, and then 2 weeks didn't even get out of my house coat because I just was tired. And then the next day I was fine again. So it's like allowing the energies to balance out. And if for those of you that have tarot cards, you look at number 17. Because number 17 is a very big, important point. You don't give all your energy away. You keep it and build it up, especially when you're healing, especially when you're working on a project of what you're wanting to create, etc. So let me give Kayla's treatment. Knowing there is one power in one essence, I speak my word for Kayla. And as I speak my word for Kayla, I know that there is continued healing energy on all levels as everything comes together in unity and in wisdom and in delightfulness is the word I get. So it is like knowing that continued healing is happening. And so therefore it's like relaxing. It reminds me when you go on one of those things, which I won't do now, but like you're at a fair and you go on one of those rides that go everywhere. It's kind of like you hold your breath and then you wave it through, and then you go at the end, you go, oh, thank goodness. As you get older, that's what happens. Well, now I won't even go on them, but life is a little like that sometimes. It's like you just got to ride it out, but you ride it out slowly, and you ride it out balanced, and you ride it out with enthusiasm, not to the point that you exhaust yourself. I give thanks in knowing that the continued healing for Kayla on all levels continues onward. And so it is. Thank you. Now, the next thing person was lucky. I happened to check my mail when I put my computer on, because I hadn't put it on all day. And there was an email from Maggie G. She says here, good evening, Norma. Blessings, a very Merry Christmas to one and all. And yes, may you all have a wonderful and delightful Christmas. Now, in her email, which thank goodness I, for some reason, decided to look at them. She wants a new apartment in Chilliwack, and she's looking, and she's got her eye on one. And I picked 3 numbers for you, which was 12, 21, and 13. And I'm just going to have a little drink of water here. My throat's a little bit dry tonight. So let's have a look at the numbers. Number 12, Hangman, acceptance. You're clear. You know what you're wanting. 21, again, is an element. I'm just going to put them 22. Yeah, is having everything in balance. And 13 is moving forward. I did get a time period when I was writing this. The moving forward is the death symbol, leaving the past behind. So there is definitely a new apartment coming in your horizon. Whether it's the actual one that you've got your eye on, I'm not sure, but I do know it's there. And within 2 months, totally, I feel that you would be in this new apartment or very close to that. So 2 months could be, 6 weeks. No, it's about 2 months is what I get. So let's not shake that anymore. So in treatment, we go, I know the one power and the one essence is here for Margaret. And I know that she has corralled all the energies and the visualization and the knowingness of what it is she wants. And the sense of the powers we'll talk about, the energy that you work with knows. And it's a matter, I think, on the other end of what you're wanting to create. You know what you want to create, but the other end there seems to be something that still has to be manipulated, whether it's the price or whether it's the moving date. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's something. But I feel that it will, let's give it 10 days, it will smooth out. So by next week, we should feel a little bit better that everything is moving in the direction you want. So in the treatment, it's like, I know there is one power and there's one essence. And as the thought form is presented to the powers that be about creating what it is that you want specifically, it is the knowingness that it will be despite everything. You know that it will occur. The right place will be there. Maybe the one you want, it may be another, but it will be the right and perfect place for you. And it will be there in the time period that you want it to be there. I give thanks in the knowingness that as this transition from one place to another occurs, there will be joy, ease, and excitement, and an enthusiasm of something new and vibrant occurring. And so I give thanks by saying, and so it is. Okay, that's pretty good. And I think, did I read your statement? She says, good evening, Norma, blessings, a very Merry Christmas to one and all. Marianne, my dear bold person that keeps me on track while I'm doing these, even though she's not here. She's got her own place, but we know energetically it is. Good evening, Norma. Had time getting on. She had a hard time getting on. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Nothing to do with me. Anyway, she's blessings to all. Now, that reminds me. The last 3 weeks, we've had people put in what they want. They put in their name and maybe a little comment, but when they go to put in what they want, it is not on. If I say your name, but I don't say what your number is or what you want, go to the bottom and put them in, because it's happened for 3 weeks now that somebody has not had it all there, and they don't know that it hasn't shown up on my screen. Okay, so please remember that anytime that I don't say what exactly it is you want, instead of just reading hello or whatever you said, like Happy Christmas, Karen says. Happy Christmas to all. And she has 4 numbers. I love it. Yes, Karen. Nothing like solidity. 22, mine 6, 16, and 17. 4 numbers. Whatever you see for me. So many thanks. This is what you want. 22 is the world, having it all together. Remember, the world basically is prepared to move forward. So again, we're still in the movement change syndrome, leaving behind the old and having faith and trust. 6 shows a little bit of confusion, like I want to believe, but do I really? 100%. 16 shows change that's happening that you have no control over. And 17, the beautiful balance number coming up again. So what do we got here? I'm going to give a treatment in a minute, but what I want to say is, since we started doing this program, you have been on a direction of change. I can't say the proper word. You've been on a direction of change. And it's like the change begins to occur, and there's a little bit of slowness, and then it solidifies, and then you go through to the next stage, and this change begins again. 22 is faith. Having faith that everything is in its right place isn't the easiest faith method. Believe me, it's not. But in time, one begins to accept that, even if you don't like it, even if you're not happy, you begin to accept that I am prepared to move forward no matter what. It is the fool. It moves forward. It trusts and has faith. It steps off a mountain knowing that it's absolutely safe. It has no fear, like in the 6, trying to figure out, is all the components of who we are and how we work. And that's where things can get boggy. And yet through balance of the 17, we can handle whatever. I'm gonna make a statement here before I treat. I think it's really important that you let go your fears and your boogeymen, whatever the boogeymen are, what your big fears are, what you're scared won't happen. I think that it's time to let that all go. So that's going to be how I'm going to treat it. I know there is one power and there is one essence. I know that Karen has great connection and great love and great understanding. I also know that the steps that she has made, when we look back to where we were, say 2 years ago, and where we are now, it's like night and day. But the footing upon which we walk right now is perhaps a little shaky because we're not sure that it will last. I know that the ground firms up. The more you are in your power, the more you are in your vision, the more you are in your heart, the ground firms up underneath you and supports you. And the little fears that come in, the little uncertainties, I'm not ready, I don't know why I'm doing this, where am I going next? All of the little, we'll say, uncertain thoughts, all they do is create little cracks. And so we want to just look at them, freeze them, and let them go. Let them go. The wisdom, the knowledge, the faith, the pattern that you have created for yourself can grow solid and certain. Yes, change occurs when we grow. That's part of the contract as we grow. But also know that as you grow, the ground firms underneath you to support you always. It's recognizing that you're not abandoned. I just feel right now that any abandoning thoughts or people aren't there, that people sometimes aren't there, but the energy is always there. So you believe. That 6 gets undecided, gets unsure, it questions. 16 says, begins to look at everything as being a little shaky. But the key is, you're not shaky. You're strong. You know what you have. You know who you are. You know where you're going. So you breathe and you just say thank you for the end result that you want. That's all you ever have to worry about is the end result you want. And if you're not sure of the end result, get a little more sure, a little bit more aware that you can reach for the unreachable. There's a song about that, right? Reaching for the unreachable. Maybe you need to listen to that again to know that you can reach for the unreachable because your base is strong. You have faith. You have knowledge. You're balanced. But the moment you begin questioning and uncertain, it's like the building gets I know the sky rises, it gets the wind can be shaky a little bit. I don't think you're shaky. I just think you just need to get very clear and say, this is where I'm at. I know in this coming Christmas season, you will celebrate and be happy and let go and just be fluid. Be fluid. Know that everything is there for you because it is. I give thanks in the knowing of this for Karen, and we release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is for each one of us. Remember that you can listen to I know many people do because they comment on it for me, is that you can listen to a treatment I'm doing for somebody else, and you can incorporate that energy for yourself. This is not just this person. It can be anybody. And many have actually written messages to me thanking me for certain treatments that they have done. I've done for them. Okay, Ashaya. Ishika, sorry, I got to get your eye in there. Shika, what do we got for you? 9, 5, 6, and 7. Hey, how's it going? It's going really well, actually. Treatment for a healed body. Yes, especially your hips. And I haven't quite got to the rest of the words yet. For your hips, knees, and lower back. Back. And thank you. 5, 6, 7. More knowledge, confusion, and letting go and moving ahead. Because I don't know who you're doing work with regarding your body and your hips and your knees and lower back, I feel there's still some adjustments that need to be done there to make that flow a little bit. And that gets a little confusing for you because the impatience of time. Time is one of those weird things that takes time to learn how to handle, deal, and cope with that. I think here is that you recognize that healing on a physical level takes a lot longer than on a mental level, except when you're able to absolutely bring the two together and it works. But it does, the body, sometimes you have to get in there and tell all the little cells that this is the energy and this is what you do. I think it gets confusing. Possibly you might have one or two or even more people working with you. And I just would like a flow somehow more of a flow. And I hope that makes sense to you. But anyway, so let's just give a treatment on that and we can clear the confusion maybe that's around as to why this isn't maybe moving as fast as you would like. I know there is one power, and I know that as I speak my word for Ashika, that her body is healing, that the hips, the knees, and the lower back there's something about alignment and the need for it to be properly aligned so it can flow. It's too rigid. When I sense into there today, it's just too rigid. And because it's rigid, it gets frustrating and you get frustrated and everything tightens more. I see the light coming down, and I love to work with gold light, but other people work with purple and blue or whatever. So whatever color you want. You see it coming down from below your shoulder blades, down, 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 very gently. Moving out the blockages that are there, the tightness, cells are tight. Everything is tight. Because when your hips and your knees and your lower back, believe me, I've had problems in my lower back for years since I hurt myself as a child. And my knees and my hips. Knees are genetic. Not so much my hips, but they can get sore. I understand. I understand logically, but I also know within relating to you is to allow that area, and I would use color, visualization color through it, and pick what color which relaxes you. Just give yourself a color bath, not literally, metaphorically. See the color coming down from above and coming into those parts of your body, relaxing the cells. And as it relaxes the cells, it's like you can sort of leave it behind and move forward. I think that will bring back. So in knowing that, I give thanks in knowing that healing for Ashika throughout her hips, knees, and lower back in particular, I get, is that there is a letting go of tension, letting go of fear that this is forever, and just welcoming the color of your choice in there and just relax into it and know that all will be well. Healing the physical takes a little longer than the emotional and spiritual side, but it's a willingness to allow the cells to come into play and align themselves with what you know to be true. And I know this is true for you. So I release this by saying, and so it is. Continued healing. And thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Maggie G says, thank you, Norma. Many blessings to you. Yeah, everybody, Christmas time. Yvonne says, Merry Christmas to all and to you, Yvonne. Oh, I so appreciate your support on all the different things I'm doing. Chris Turner. Yeah. Chris Turner says, loves my little tree. In the background. Yes, my son brought that for me. There's another story that goes with that, but it's just so it's there, and that's my Christmas element this year. And happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you too, Chris. You have a great one. Hopefully everything works well. Karen says, so accurate, thank you. And Charlie says, hello. Well, it looks like we might be short. Well, I expected that because it's Christmas. Well, it's getting so close to Christmas Eve. Tomorrow night, Christmas Eve. I made a phone call to New Zealand where my brother, who has not been well, finally back home, and had a little chit chat to my brother and sister-in-law. So, and I've got a whole lot of New Zealanders I need to get on Facebook, I guess might be the best way to be able to wish them Merry Christmas and let them know that I am feeling so much better. It's amazing You probably don't. I don't probably told you, but I forget. About 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 maximum. One day, I sort of sat down in the morning, and I went, I feel like myself again. And I think I told you this on one of the programs. And since then, I have overdone it, of course. That's me. And being a little tired, but it's balanced out. And more, I am motivated to do a little bit more here and a little bit more there. So it just feels so good to feel like myself again, and to actually inspire myself to get up and do little bits around the house, which I haven't had the energy to do. So my energy has gone all into the programs because I love doing them. And I believe in doing things that you love to do. So that is really what's important. So Kayla Thomas says, thank you for your ongoing support and love. It's my privilege. And Charlie says, Charlie says, okay, let's see, my dear. What do you got here for me? Because I meet you 26 and 40 if time permits. Oh, it permits. We're way early tonight because we don't have Christmas time, people are busy. Okay, now the one thing about the numbers is usually they're between 1 and 22. So I'm splitting your numbers up. So I get a 2, 6, and a 4 or something like that. But, okay. I don't have, can you type and take a moment and time and ask me what this is what's primarily about? You can choose the numbers and I'll change them because the number system I'm working in, as I said, is between 1 and 22. But what I would really like to know is what does it pertain to? Because I feel that you've got a lot happening right now. And I would like a little bit more clarity if you can. We've got some minutes for you to be able to do that, if possible. Otherwise, I'll just talk off the top of my head, which I often do. So I do, while I'm doing that, to see if you put some more in, Charlie, is that I won't be doing Wednesdays because Christmas Day and New Year's Day is on a Wednesday. So I'm not doing my Wednesday talk. But I will be doing a Sunday thought on Sundays and to Monday. So next Monday night I'll be here, and Sunday I'll be doing my Sunday thought. Now just remember, a Sunday thought is usually about 10 minutes. What it is supposed to do is give you something to contemplate and think about. I don't know if I really do that, but that was my original thought about that. Some philosophical thing. Okay. Charlie says, this is my age. Oh, so you're 40 and the girl's 26. I presume that's right. Okay. It's a whole different ball game, isn't it? Not quite what we wanted. Okay, let's see what treatment says. I don't know. I don't think it's in reverse that you're 26 and they're 40. I don't think that's what we're looking at here. Charlie the man, right? I am a woman. Okay. Charlie the man and I am the woman, and my age and the age of the person I'm dating. Okay. And you're a woman called Charlie. Oh, it's Kaylee. I'm sorry. I had an R in there. Oh, that makes a big difference. Gosh, I got new glasses and I still can't read properly. Chaley. Yeah, I should. Chaley is okay. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Like new people, sometimes I have to get my head around because I get used to my usual people that come in, which I appreciate amazingly. Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm going to go into treatment because I really do like numbers between 1 and 22, as I said. But I know I can speak my word. That I'm going to speak my word for Chaley regarding relationship. Now, I know there is one power, whatever name you call this power, that is whatever you want to call it. To me, it is a loving power that is in this universe, that is there for us, that desires us to create and have whatever it is we choose to have. I now at this moment speak my word for Shaylee in relation to her relationship, so that the relationship flows in an on an equal status or an equal way. I feel it's not quite equal. It's like one sort of more solid and set in the ways of, and even though it feels like, sorry, pretending that they're not set in the ways, they are. Whereas yourself is more excitable and aware and willing to take chances and be much more, what's the word I want to call it? I don't know. You will take a chance, and you're just more excitable about life. This is about bringing two people together that offer something to each other if they're willing to be open to it and work with it. And if they're open to it and work with it, there is it's like a meeting of the a meeting of the minds, a meeting of the a match, because one is more solid and more, one is being through the mill a little bit, and the other one is enthusiastic and just wants to live life. I give thanks in the knowingness that this combination has a very good possibility of working out if each one accepts the other for what they offer and what they have, and that they work together. I give thanks for this, and I release this knowing that it is true for Chaley, that I got a big smile because it's like possibilities it's like Christmas balloons possibilities, which is really very, very, very good. And I'm just going to go back up here. Where are we here? Okay, got that one. Okay. And I think I'm all caught up now. And as I was just talking about what's coming up for me, so no Wednesday big long talk. So when we get back, we'll talk a lot about creating what you want and how to, some of the keys of doing that. And Jaylee, thank you. She says, thank you. And there was one up here, I think I missed too. Kayla says, I got that one. Oh, Shay says, thank you. Today's treatment was powerful. I really appreciate that. A lot of people say, and you know something, I often get messages saying somebody who's not even on the program listens to it and gets a lot out of it. And even one of my favorites, which I won't name, but he says, everyone tonight touched on me. So you see, often, even though they may not be online when they re-listen, they listen and they hear and they know. Now, I'm just going to say good night, and I won't be speaking to you again until Sunday. So have a nice Christmas. Enjoy who you're with. Relax. Allow the spirit, which happens. All the people out there is amazing. I should know that. I should remember. But anyway, roads full, bank full, stores full. It's Christmas time. So just have a great Christmas. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. And most important, give yourself a treat. If you're by yourself, give yourself a treat. Buy something, food. Well, for me, it'll always be food, but food-wise, a little present, a little thing that you can put. I'm trying to see. I usually have things all around me, and tonight I want to pick up something, and I don't, except office things. And so I just want you to have a great time. Just enjoy. Christmas is for remembering that we celebrate. Everyone says this is the wrong, it's incorrect date, but it doesn't matter. We celebrate the idea of a birth. We celebrate that. There was a birth of a light that came to this planet, supposedly to give us awareness, love, strength, and a way of recognizing the power that is there. And therefore, celebrate. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. So this is Norma Cowie, over and out tonight, and I'll be back on Sunday. Okay, bye now.